Jonathan White. I'm here to help you master your sexual energy so you can magnetize your ideal life. So I wanted to talk about lucid dreaming. This is something that I've been very passionate about for quite some time now. It's been an incredible experience in my life, developing skill with lucid dreaming. And I just wanted to share my experiences with it, some of the benefits, and also give you guys a technique that you can use to start experiencing lucid dreams right away. So if you're not familiar with this, lucid dreaming is where you're in a dream, but you know that you're dreaming. So you're completely aware of the fact that your body is asleep and your mind is in this dream world playing around. And this may have happened spontaneously for you. It used to happen all the time when I was a kid. I used to have these dreams and be like, oh, I'm actually dreaming right now. But what I didn't realize at the time was that you can take complete control of every aspect of the dream when you're lucid. And it takes some skill and some practice, but you can do some pretty incredible things in your dreams. So why would you want to do this? Well, we spend about a third of our lives asleep in the dream world. And for so many people, this is completely unconscious. They just slip off into complete unconsciousness. And if you're sleeping for 8 hours a night, you could be getting more useful things from the sleep. And that's where lucid dreaming comes in, because when you're in the dream world, it's so much more fluid and liquid. You can manifest anything at any time when you're in the dream world. And so you can develop certain skills, you can have adventures, you can fly around, you can do anything you ever wanted to do in the dream world. And I've used lucid dreaming as a tool for me to deepen my practices and to gain more insight about myself and my path on earth. So what do I mean by this? Well, so I'm very into Qigong, and what I've been doing in my lucid dreams recently is experimenting with my practices. So, in Qigong, we're moving energy, we're opening energy channels. Well, doing this in the dream world, it takes on a whole another dimension. I'll be shaping these balls of energy and like throwing them through the air, some like Dragon Ball Z stuff. And it's just crazy and incredible. And also calling in teachers from the dream world, because you can access parts of your subconscious mind that you're usually unable to access except through like deep meditation, things like this. You can recall anything from any point in your life in the dream world, because you're in the subconscious mind, and you realize that this whole incredibly complex world that you're in, it's shaped by you. It's shaped by a higher aspect of your mind, and it's just a really incredible and exciting experience to know that you've woken up in the dream plane. And it also starts to change your view of daily life. What's this awake world? Is this just another aspect of a higher mind just creating this world around us? So it's just, we can get really out there with this stuff, but it's really incredible experience. And I've had a lot of benefit from lucid dreaming. One example, I used to have a terrible fear of heights, and through lucid dreaming, I would fly a lot. And when I first started flying in my dreams, it's kind of scary, because you're just lifting off the ground. It's like, holy crap, I'm way up here in the sky. But after some time, I got used to it. And what I noticed was that in my daily life, I was not so afraid anymore of heights because of an experience I had in the dream. And I remember reading somewhere some scientists did an experiment, and what they found was that when you do something in a dream, you create the same neural connections in your brain that if you had done that in real life. So any experience you have in a dream, it's pretty much the same as having experienced it in real life. So this just gives us a whole nother realm to play with and develop ourselves with, and it's absolutely incredible. So I want to share with you some tools of how to start experiencing lucid dreams. The first thing, the most important thing, is to keep a dream journal. So every day when you wake up in the morning, all of us are dreaming every single night. most of us just don't remember. So the first thing is you need to realize that your dreams are important. So when you wake up in the morning, don't just jump out of bed and grab your phone. You want to keep a dream journal. So you wake up, you get out your dream journal. While your dreams are still fresh in your mind, you write them down, every detail that you can remember of the dream. And this helps you to program yourself. First of all, you'll start remembering your dreams a lot better because you've already set that intention of, I want to start working with my dreams. My dreams are important. So that gets you in the habit. And also you'll start to notice recurring themes and things like that in your dreams to help you better recognize when you are dreaming. So that's the most important thing, is to start keeping a dream journal. Secondly, you want to start get in the habit of questioning whether or not you're in the dream state at this particular time. So there's a few tests, they're called reality checks, to see that if you're dreaming. So I usually do at least 3 of these because so these are things that if you do in the dream world. So for example, pushing your fingers into your palm. Oftentimes when I'm in a dream, they just go right through the palm. So that's a giveaway, like, oh, I'm dreaming. I just push my hand through my other hand. So that's one reality check. The other one is flipping a light switch. I've personally noticed, and this is a pretty common thing, in a dream, when you flick on a light switch, typically nothing happens. So that's a pretty easy one. The third one is reading some text. So if you have a phone or like a book or something, in a dream, when you read words, so you look at you read the words, you look away, and then you read them again, they've changed. In my dreams, it's always different. So the reason you want to do a few of those is because one might not always work in the dream, but when you have at least 2 or 3, then it's pretty solid. So when you get in the habit of doing these things throughout the day, and there's different apps that they make for phones that will remind you to do a reality check, this will carry over into your dreams. So you have a dream, and you spontaneously remember, oh, am I dreaming? And you do a check, and you realize you're in a dream, and you're now lucid. So that's something to get in the habit of doing. So those are just some helpful tips to start you paving the path to lucidity. And so one technique that I have found extremely helpful for me, the one I've had the most success with in inducing lucid dreams, is where you set a timer. So we typically have our most vivid dreams after we've been sleeping for about 4 or 5 hours. So once we really get into the deep REM sleep, because usually the first few hours of sleep we're not really dreaming, it's just like the body's recharging. But when you get later in the sleep cycle, that's when you start having your more vivid dreams, and that's when you're more likely to become lucid. A technique I've had a lot of success with is to set an alarm on your phone. So after about 4 or 5 hours of sleep, you wake up. And at that point, you've gotten enough rest so that your mind isn't too tired to become aware of the dream state, but you will be able to fall back asleep because you haven't gotten your full night's sleep. And so you wake up, and then you spend at least like 20 to 30 minutes has been a good time frame for me. You spend 20 to 30 minutes just being awake. You can do some reading, like something about lucid dreaming, just to like get you in that zone. It's also handy to sort of write out a plan of what you're going to do when you're in the lucid state, because otherwise you might just get excited and not know what to do and just wake up. So when you have a plan ahead of time, that helps you like anchor that intention in, and you'll just go right into your dream adventure. And another thing, this has been a game changer for me, and I haven't seen a lot of other people talk about this, is I do Qigong practice. So I wake up after 4 or 5 hours of sleep, and then I do like 20 minutes of Qigong. And what this does is it opens all your energy channels up and really gets your body in sync. And when you put the intention of becoming lucid in the next dream you have into that form, it's very powerful. One of my teachers actually teaches Taoist dream yoga. So he created this form that he uses to charge himself up, because you need to be, it's sort of this paradox where you need to be tired enough to fall asleep, but you need to be awake enough that you can have that awareness in your dream state. And so sleeping for 4 or 5 hours, then I find waking up doing a Qigong form, and then you go back to bed with the intention of being lucid in the dream. And this has been a very powerful technique for me. I've had a lot of success with it. And that's basically it. And another thing I want to mention is that it is possible to fall asleep without mentally falling asleep. So your body falls asleep, you go into sleep paralysis completely consciously, and then you go into the dream state with your full awareness intact. So you literally observe your body falling asleep and you're shifting into the dream realm. It's a very strange but incredible experience. And because you actually start hallucinating like crazy as you go into sleep paralysis, you feel this like electrical surges through your body, and you might hear sounds, and it might feel like you're like in an earthquake because there's just so much like crazy external stimulus happening. So it can be a bit much, but it is possible to fall asleep consciously. And the way you do this is by laying there in your bed and completely still, because you can't move your body until it falls asleep. And you'll usually have like you'll feel like an itch or like a need to like shift a little bit, but you have to power through it, because that's just your body kind of testing you to see if you've fallen asleep. And so if you can get through that, then your body will say, okay, must be asleep. So it shuts down, it goes into sleep paralysis, and then you're in. And so you can consciously go into a dream that way. But if not, if you do fall asleep, as long as you have like a really solid intention of having a lucid dream, then you will very often become lucid. So that's been a very powerful technique for me. And try it out. It might work for you tonight. You can start lucid dreaming right away. So that's just some of my experiences with lucid dreaming. I haven't really talked about this before, but it's something that it's been a very, I would say, an important aspect of my life, because it's just such an incredible experience. So I hope you found this useful. It's kind of a departure from my other videos. Please subscribe to my channel and like this video and leave a comment below. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.